Okay, so I just wanted to do this really quick little video about goals and accommodations for IEPs. So, whether you have an IEP or you're obtaining an IEP for your client or your child, this is something that's really been important to look at and to understand. So, of course, there's always like a deficiency or a delay or something's going wrong where your child is falling behind academically, behavioral wise, in their classroom setting. And so, an IEP is formed. There are goals on this IEP to help your child get the services that they need and to get to the academic level that they need to be to continue their growth. So the two main things to look at when you're looking at an IEP is the goals and the accommodations. Are the goals realistic? Are they too broad? Are they too general? That how are we really going to get my child to get to this goal? Is it broken down? Is it specific enough to my child's needs to get him, whether it's reading or sitting in his desk at lecture time lessons? So to look at the goal and look at how is this going to get my child growth and help them through their experience during the daily classroom. The next thing we're going to look at is accommodations. Are the accommodations actually going to meet your child's goal? And or are we kind of stuck and don't know what accommodations are available? There can be accommodations anywhere from placement sitting in a classroom to hands-on help to audio services. For example, my son, he's an audio learner. He is dyslexic, so it's a struggle for him to read and comprehend what he is reading. So one of his accommodations is, of course, time and space. Maybe he's not learning the best in the classroom. He'll go to the library and they'll retain the lesson again for him in a more appropriate way. But another way that they can really accommodate him in the classroom is just audio. So he isn't necessarily reading the story. He's listening to the story while seeing it on the screen. So some things like that can really help out with how your child is going to obtain this goal and show growth. So look at the accommodations. They need to be realistic. Talk to your teacher, ask those questions, talk to the SST team and or the IEP team meeting where what is exactly available so that my child can meet these goals, and just ask those questions. Maybe you have suggestions, can we do X, Y, and Z? The worst they can say is, gosh, we don't have that on campus, or we just can't do that. That is not realistic. We can't do that. That's the worst they can say, right? And then you can say, well, let's talk about that. Maybe we can meet that goal in a different way. So it's really just about asking questions and understanding what the goals are specific to your child and their needs to get farther, and then the accommodations that need to be in place so that your child is getting the actual help that they need. Because without the accommodations and the reality of meeting these goals, I've walked into IEPs with clients and some of these goals are just so broad and general. It's like, well, yeah, we do want them to sit at the table and we do want them to interact and engage, and that's one of the goals, is for them to participate in the classroom. That's everybody's goal, really, to participate in a classroom setting, right? But this child is nonverbal. This child is not able to sit at the carpet with peers around them because it's overstimulating. So we have to really think about what we need them to, what we need them to do, then break down those steps, like when we're looking at goals that they're doing, like washing hands, we're shaping that for them. We're giving them all the steps to do all this really big task. That's what we need to do with the goals. Break it down. What's the first thing that we need them to do? Can they do that or can they not do that? Great, they can do that. Let's go to the next step, the next goal. And that's really how we should be looking at goals as far as an IEP, and then specifically what accommodations can help them get to their goal. And then we can reevaluate goals in another 6 months. So I hope that was helpful in breaking down what an IEP actually is and how it can really help your child. Send me your questions and I will try and get some answers out for you. Have a great day and don't forget to process and play. Bye-bye.